welcome to our culture magazine on I-24 News, where we bring you the best from the world of entertainment and art. Last night, the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences held its 86th annual awards show. You may know it as the Oscars. To talk a little bit about it, I'm joined in the studio by Shachar Peled, my co-host from our Oscar special yesterday.
Hi.
And Avri Rosen-Tzvi, who is celebrating his birthday.
Yay!
Indeed.
So, how did you enjoy the show?
It was so expected. Everything everything was uninspired and boring choices, but you know, that's the way it usually goes.
Yeah.
I still enjoyed very much, although it was a very predictable evening. Still, it was, it had its glamour, and the dresses, you can't miss the dresses.
All right, but so let's begin with last night's winners. The Best Picture, as predicted,
yes, as
12 years.
It was 12 Years a Slave. I think it was deserving as well, because not only it was the film with most bets on it, but it was a piece of history that I think most Academy Award members felt, or as Ellen DeGeneres put it, they didn't want to see themselves racist, so they chose it. And I think it was this year's deserving film to win.
And if you watched closely, you could see a little feud between Steve McQueen, the director of 12 Years a Slave, and John Ridley, the screenwriter. They didn't thank each other, and Steve McQueen didn't seem to quite enjoy his speech, didn't quite clap for him.
Yeah, he wasn't very enthusiastic.
I think he was very excited though. I think in his speech, McQueen, and well, they won the three. I think part of the three most important categories: best film, adapted screenplay, and Lupita Nyong'o winning over Jennifer Lawrence.
So not the most, not the number of awards wasn't that impressive, but very good quality.
Yeah.
I agree. Let's move on. Matthew McConaughey. There was no question there.
I was sure Chiwetel was going to take it.
Really?
Secretly, I thought Chiwetel was going to take it.
Yes.
But Matthew McConaughey won and gave a really weird speech.
Yeah, he did. Let's
watch that speech. Yeah.
To my father, who I know is up there right now with a big pot of gumbo. He's got a lemon meringue pie over there. He's probably in his underwear, and he's got a cold can of Miller Lite, and he's dancing right now. Whatever it is we look forward to, and whoever it is we're chasing, to that I say amen. To that I say, all right, all right, all right. And to that I say, just keep living,
I
huh?
love that heavy Texan accent
Yeah,
he brings with him.
And his father sounds like a great guy.
Father had a good time up there in heaven.
Now that all right, three times, it's his first ever line in a film back in 1993, Dazed and Confused.
wow.
So he keeps repeating that in his speeches. That's his line now. And I think what was weirdest in his speech was the fact that he actually thanked himself. He said that he's looking, he's looking for someone to look up to look forward to, and someone to chase, and that one to chase was himself, 10 years ahead line, but he sees himself as the hero in his future.
He's aware of the change that he had to go through to get to where he is.
Kept his shirt on the
And he
entire
seems to
time.
enjoy it.
Yeah, good for him. Good for him.
Yeah.
Another pretty predictable and very deserving win, Cate Blanchett.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I read somewhere that she snubbed Woody Allen, but she didn't. She actually thanked him for writing the screenplay.
I heard a few boos there, though, in the audience. I
Really?
think not many people
I didn't
appreciated that.
I didn't really
It's-
notice that.
It's a touchy story
one
there.
could expect that,
But
but
it-
I think he still, regardless of all the controversy, the script is amazing. It's a very good film.
amazing
and
performance.
she's done amazing things with
Very
it.
deserving. And the dress, wonderful. If we must mention any of the dresses, it's Cate Blanchett's, I think.
And she also had some important things to say.
Yeah.
Let's check that out.
Perhaps those of us in the industry who are still foolishly clinging to the idea that female films with women at the center are niche experiences. They are not. Audiences want to see them, and in fact, they earn money. So.
Right. All right,
Yeah,
let's
it's an
keep going.
important point.
Okay, let's not keep going. No, she does make an important
Yeah, I just
point.
didn't get that
No.
Julia #suck it.
Yeah.
No, I'm not sure
I think
anyone
it's a
understands
personal
that.
joke.
I didn't see
exactly,
that, but
internal joke.
They don't tell me anything anymore. But let's keep going. Jared Leto seemed a little, how would you put it?
Well, I don't know. I thought his speech was a little a little bit. He tried to put in everything. He talked about what's going
All
on today in
politics these days.
in the Ukraine, but he didn't say anything. He said, "Dreamers keep on dreaming in the Ukraine. We're
In
with you."
Venezuela.
And then he tried to give it also to people who died of AIDS. I thought he really didn't say a lot, but tried to say everything.
Yeah, he talked about marriage equality and people dying of AIDS, and he paid tribute to Ukraine. So he tried all political aspects in one small speech. But I think it was a moving speech in some way. Do you know he's 42 years old, by the way? I
that's
don't think he looks
unbelievable.
like that.
No.
Yeah.
10 years older
Well,
than-
as Ellen DeGeneres said, he was the prettiest in these Oscars.
Right.
What about the
now
hair?
let's keep going. Let's talk about Ellen, about her.
She wasn't very good.
No, nobody seemed impressed.
Well,
by
I'm
She
that.
not
had
saying
two good jokes.
It was
She had
safe.
exactly. She had like 2-3 good jokes,
Right.
weather-wise and things like that. But yeah, I think
Right, and
overall she
this
was a
moment.
disappointment. And this moment,
The selfie.
The selfie that broke Twitter.
yes, over 2.3 million
Almost
tweets.
2.5 now.
Oh,
Now.
really? Okay, good to know.
Unbelievable. Over
Yeah.
1,000,000 in 15 minutes.
Yeah, it
Amazing.
shut down Twitter. Everybody was sharing it more than Obama's 4 more years when he won.
Right.
But Liza Minnelli couldn't get
Couldn't
in.
get in.
She
She's
couldn't get
trying,
in.
but
That's
she's
what
too
somebody
short.
got in from
That's too
the
bad.
from the upper floor.
Yeah, there was though
Yeah.
a nasty note about Liza Minnelli. She said she looked like a drug queen or something like that.
No,
Like,
she said it was actually one of her funny jokes.
Yeah,
she
you
said
think it
we
was
have
funny?
the world's best Liza Minnelli
Minnelli
impersonator.
impersonator.
And then
Good
she
job,
said,
sir.
"Good job, sir."
Minnelli didn't look quite impressed with that one.
So, all right, it seems that despite the it being pretty predictable, we all seem to enjoy it, and we'll enjoy it again next year.
Perhaps
I'm sure.
not the
Thank
American
you.
hustle cast, though.
Right, American Hustle. Unfortunately, we don't have time for that. Thank you, Shachal. Thank you, Aubrey.
Thank you.
See you again next year. Shlomo Baraba has been starring on Israeli screens and stages for almost 5 decades. Many of his characters and catchphrases have become iconic in Israeli culture, and his role as an introverted philologist in the 2011 Oscar-nominated film Footnote got him to the red carpet on Hollywood's big night 2 years ago. Shachar Peled and I spoke with Shlomo Baraba yesterday as part of our Oscar special. Here's a part of that interview.
The highs of Hollywood, you know, in the entertainment world's most glorious and glamorous ceremony. You come back to the Middle Eastern neighborhood. What you see there, is it really all that glamorous? And when you come back, how is it to return?
First of all, what I remember from the Oscar is not the way when they came to on the red carpet that everything was perfect. I remember 6 hours later when they leave the hall and was going back to the limousine. No photographs. They already. I mean, the red carpet wasn't there. They were like. במחלקה סיעודית, I don't know how to say.
Geriatric department, like normal
The
people.
shoes was in the hand because it was broken. The
makeup.
Yes, the lipstick was here. She felt something in the stomach. It was like they were suddenly they were like a group of zombies that wants to go home. They don't feel good. The makeup was and nobody
Was there to take
exactly
photos of that.
So that was
Good for them.
the human the human minute. I mean, that was something to see.
And
Really.
coming back here, is there a low coming back to Israel, to small?
Anticlimax.
Not at all, because I'm performing almost every evening, and right now in the most it's the biggest musical that somebody made in Israel. Something funny happens in the way to the form. Zero Mustel did it many years ago, and now I am doing the main role.
So coming back and straight into work kind of
It was
was
like
easier for
waking
you?
up after a big party, you know, the best party in town. Waking up to work.
Yeah.
It
And then
wa-
routine again.
Yes, it wasn't sad. It wasn't and it's very colorful in it. But Israel, it sounds like some village somewhere in the Middle East. We are a very modern place.
No doubt, no doubt. I'm curious, you know, you've been part of the entertainment world here in Israel for As far as I'm concerned, forever. But
5 decades now.
yeah. Now, how has it changed? I mean, because when you started out, celebrity culture didn't exist. And nowadays, it's a major thing, also, obviously abroad, but also in Israel. What do you think about that?
We all the time we miss the past. We are very romantic. We miss something that we imagined because it wasn't so good 40 years ago. It was the same people, the same jealousy, the same. When I was 16 years old, we had no television in Israel. Yeah. We were sitting in the balcony and looking on avatiach.
Watermelon.
For hours.
Can be entertaining.
The watermelon had a huge writing. and suddenly we had a television. I mean, black and white, by the way. It was very naive. It was.
What about
the main thing in
yourself,
life.
though, taking part in a reality show, Dancing with the Stars? This is something that you feel, are you part of your career, actually? Is this something
I came,
that you feel
first of all, I like to dance, and there is nowhere to dance for my age. I mean,
only on TV.
And anthropologically, it was interesting. I was there. The show, the rally, I mean, they are not looking for dancing. They're looking for the details. They ask me immediately if it's true that I'm sleeping with a horse because there is somebody. If somebody is sick in the family, if I am loyal to my wife. I mean, that's the things. The important thing.
On a different subject, I'm curious. Because we've talked about the politics of the Oscars, and also lately we've seen in Israel some questions about politics and art.
Okay.
What do you think about the fact that artists nowadays in Israel feel that it's better for them to not talk politics?
What important is that the impression is that the atmosphere, the political atmosphere in Israel is an atmosphere of nationalism, racism, but the truth is that there are many voices in Israel that wants peace, that wants compromise, that feels that we have to be more liberal, more. It's like I think that there are more people in Israel that want to go to peace much more than. I think that the voice of the people that are against war and against kitzoniyut,
extremism,
what we call left-thinking people, are much more than the impression in the world.
Yeah.
And especially in art, especially in theater, we deal with the problems all the time, and we are now there is a feeling that we have to raise our voice.
So you would encourage younger artists to speak their mind?
Of course to speak. That's most important now, because we need those voices, and we need to push the government to go to peace agreement.
For our last question, the $1 million question: comedy or drama?
And stage
or screen?
Or screen?
No, for me, stage for sure, because I want to feel the audience. I want to see them. I want to. It's a live show in all. It's for me. It's the real things, because every night is a different audience, a different energy, a different show.
And do you want to make them laugh, or do you want to make them cry?
It's a gift that I can make them laugh. So I will continue with this. I mean, with this gift. But But of course, Footnote brought the appetite to make also some dramatic things. It's very strange. I am very extravagantic actor. I'm shouting. I'm the crazy shouter, you know. And suddenly, such a role where the director says you're not going to be funny, you're not going to shout, you're not going to make all the things that you made
that you're known for.
You're going to look, to think, to be very private, and this minimalistic role brought me to the red carpet. So you never know.
And a compliment from Meryl Streep. So I guess it was worth it.
Yes.
So you never know. Yes. So I want to do something more in this field of dramatic.
All right. We'll be waiting.
Absolutely.
Till then.
Mr. Baraba, thank you very, very much.
That's it from us. I hope you enjoyed watching our show. Be sure to join us again tomorrow for a brand new show.